Hiya, it's Zaya, and today we are going to be taking a look at my daily horoscope journal. Before we jump into the plan with me, let's see how it's going so far. Now, in this book, I only use stickers from Sticky Club, and I am repurposing a 5-year diary B6 from Sterling Ink. This is Year of the Horse. And I did go through all of this in my setup video, but you can go ahead and check that out also. I'm trying to write down what are the different types of covers I need to buy. And this one does need a cover to put in it. So I'm thinking maybe a brown cover, and it needs to be a B6 brown cover. Okay. So everything else there looks good so far. We could mark off decorate. My dog's right beside me. All right. So we can go ahead and mark off decorate because I did accomplish that already. Let's just move our book over here to the side. We have our to buy list. This is just an extra page to do a yearly review. Same thing here. Okay, this is my, horoscope for the month of January. So this is what this looks like. And you can see that I'm using a bunch of different stickers from Sticky Club. So it's not just one specific, artist. I purchased a whole bunch of them and I'm kind of making collages. All right, there's going to be a little bit of cutaways because what I do is I go in and I write down the horoscope for the day, and you'll see that once we do the plan with me. And then at the end of the day or the following day, I come back and I write down in the color blue, because I use black and then blue at the bottom. I use that color to express how the day went overall and if it matched up with the horoscope. So let's go ahead and flip the page and see what exactly it is I'm talking about. All right, here we have my January 1st and January 2nd. And I did write at the top Thursday and Friday because in my mind, I need to know what the exact day is of the week. But you can see that there are a bunch of different collages. When we did our initial setup, I only had this section up here decorated and then this one on this side. But as I've been writing, and some days you'll see that the horoscope is more dense than it is on other days. And that's perfectly fine. But when I go back to journal, there might not be a lot to journal about. So I can go ahead and add in some additional stickers there. And I am going to be covering up some of the things that are more personal. I don't know exactly how to blur things out, but this is how this page looks. And let's go ahead and check out day 3 and day 4. All right, this is how day 3 and day 4 went of my horoscope. You can see that we've got a bunch of collaging here happening at the top, and that is because this is a repurposed 5-year journal, which means in 2024 when I bought it for the purpose of journaling for 5 years in 2025 going forward. But I started and then for some reason it just wasn't working for me. But the way this is working right now, it's amazing. I love it. So having my horoscope somewhere on the page, and I just went and did a little bit of whiteout on those original journaling sections that I had that I started in 2025. They were nothing special anyways. So that's why you'll see on some of the pages that it's a heavy collage up here at the top. But it will change as we go through the book. So this is how it's looking so far. We've got the black horoscope of the day, and you can see that this one, that was a big, big piece. And then this one is a smaller chunk. And then I did go ahead and journal about those days. All right, let's go on to page 5 and 6. All right, I'm sorry that you're not being able to see the journaling at the bottom, but it is very personal. There's a really cute collage here in the middle, but I do want to keep some things about my life personal, and of course some of the horoscope information as well. So that was my horoscope for January 5th, and this is the one for January 6th. Let's go on to the 7th and 8th. All right, this is how the 7th and 8th looked, minus the journaling. If I figure out, you know what, I will figure it out. I will figure out how to blur out the journaling sections at the bottom so that you can see all the amazing stickers and how the page is set up. But for now, this is how the horoscope journaling went for January 7th and January 8th. Today we're doing January 11th, so let's go ahead and just jump over onto the 11th so we can fill out our horoscope. All right, so this is my page for January 11th, and then this is the one for January 12th. It's kind of a blackish brown. I really love this color theme. You might be wondering where I'm getting my horoscope from. I am getting it from ChatGPT. I'm just asking it. I gave it, my information, asked it about my horoscope. It gives it to me every single day. All right, so today it says grounded growth plus emotional clarity. Today is about quiet recalibration rather than dramatic action. You're still moving forward, but in a very Capricorn way. Okay. Sorry, my stomach's growling and my dog is scratching. So moving forward. Slowly. Intentional. Now you could just write this out exactly the way that they write it out. And sometimes I do. But there are times when I just write in a way that works for my brain and strategic. Okay. You may notice yourself thinking deeply about where your effort is going. And I do put a piece of blotting paper behind because I press really hard. And whether the return is actually worth it. This is a day where you subtly reclaim your power, not by confrontation, but by deciding what no longer gets access to you. Your mindset and emotions. Your mind is sharp today, but also reflective. And I have been seeing that already, so. My stomach growls in every single video. There we go. So it says you may replay conversations. I do that all the time. Notice patterns in people's behavior. I also do that. Feel slightly detached but not cold, more observant. Okay. Sorry, it's difficult for me to write and and talk at the same time. And anywhere where there's like a gap, I'll either add in some twinkle or a sticker. And then the other thing was notice people's behaviors. Okay, so it says this isn't overthinking, this is discernment. Capricorn intuition often shows up as logic that feels right, and today you are very tuned into that. Emotionally, you may feel calm but serious, slightly private, protective of your energy. So silly. Okay. It says, if you feel the urge to pull back, honor it. You're not withdrawing, you're resetting boundaries. Okay, that's a good one. And I know I have it turned, but that's how I write. You aren't withdrawing, you are setting boundaries. Boundaries are extremely important. Don't let people pass over your boundaries. So work, money, and responsibility. This is a very strong day for responsibility-related matters, even if you're not actively working. And actually, I do need to do a lot of things for my actual job today on Sunday. So that fits. Okay, next it says you might think about money timelines. Okay, I also did that today. I was looking at how many weeks we have in all of the months, because a lot of the months have 5 weeks this year. So you might look at money timelines. And let's see, notice how pace cycles affect your mood. Oh my gosh, it's so crazy because I was totally doing that. And then mentally reorganize your future plans. Okay, so let's see. Bless you. Okay, how do I want to write this? hope you cannot hear the airplane going overhead. And actually today I am doing budgeting videos also. So important message for you today. You are not behind, you are pacing yourself. Good. Good to know. So you are not behind, because honestly, a lot of times I do feel like I am behind. So you are pacing yourself. All right, what's up next? If today includes work, you'll do best with routine tasks, planning, organizing materials, and quiet productivity. Yes. So in work, I need quiet productivity. Quiet productivity. I'm going to need to organize my materials. These are all the things. I do have so many work things to do. Not just YouTube related, but my actual job related. Planning and routine tasks. Okay, and routine tasks. Okay, next, in relationship and social energy. So, let's see. So today is a good day for low-key conversations. So a good day for low-key conversations. What else? Emotional honesty without drama. We don't have any drama in our relationship. And then choosing peace over being right. And we also don't have any issues when it comes to that either. Okay. So, personal growth message. Today supports inner authority. Okay. So, I hate writing today all of the time. So, in personal growth, focus on inner authority. So ask yourself, even quietly, what am I no longer willing to carry? What deserves my long-term effort? So let's say, what deserves my long-term effort? My long-term, bless you, long-term effort. Okay, we're getting to the end of what it has given me. So it says you are entering a phase where self-discipline becomes self-respect. I definitely need that. I need lots of self-love, not punishment. Small choices today, resting, saying no, planning carefully, compound into stability later. It gave me an affirmation, which it's never done that before, but it says, I trust my timing, I build what lasts, I do not rush what is meant to endure. Okay, I'm fine with that. I'm not going to add anything else. I'm not going to write out the entire thing if I don't feel as though I need it. I think that is a good stopping point. It leaves me plenty of space to come back in tomorrow. Normally what I do is I write it first thing in the morning, and then later on the next, well, not later on, I put this one away, and then the very next thing, the next morning, I come back through and then journal on that page. I will start over here and I will look at my horoscope. I will write it in after I have gone through and journaled about, bless you, after I have written down exactly how that day went, if it aligned with the horoscope or not. If it didn't, it didn't. If it did, it did. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye, friends.